Hangout, and it's special because this is the final Friday night hangout until week 1. David Drummond saying, can't believe we're 1 week away. I can't either. We've almost made it. We've basically made it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all know the drill. Let me know where you're listening from. I'll give you a shout out, as many as possible. Chan, I don't know if you're going to break the streak. Hopefully you do. We haven't had very many. I think I've only had like one or two. So it wouldn't be a first time of someone winning on the stream, but you'd be one of the first. So, but shout out to everybody. Tequila Lester, Fitness Warrior, what's up? David Ertz, appreciate that. Saw me on Justin Pugh's podcast. Says was awesome as always. Do appreciate that. I did accidentally call out Justin just a little bit, and no harm, no foul, I suppose. Hopefully, no offense from Justin there, but it's just more so of the Jeff Stoutland effect. As if anybody didn't catch that, I just basically said, Saquon's not had the O-line in New York like he does here. And I don't know of a lot of people that would disagree with that, but it's certainly with the offense. And then you talk about adding in the Jeff Stoutland effect. So, yeah, that's where that was coming from. But appreciate Justin. Go check him out. I've got a link also in the community page if you want to see the full detailed podcast and everything there. But how's everybody doing? Lots to get into. Also giveaways as well. Hunter Gonzo. There you go, Hunter. Said the same thing. I am starting to feel better. I've still got a little bit of whatever it is, upper respiratory something, but starting to feel better. So, also, by the way, I've got a link pinned as well as in the description. But if anybody is interested in the Underdog NFL draft, it's not a slow draft. So for those that paned through some of those, it's a quicker draft, $50 entry. Probably the last one that we're going to do, but I had a few people reach out and say, hey, is there any chance that I can get in on one of those? So this is probably the last one before the season starts. If you want to get in on that, there's a few spots left. So link there. Draft will start as soon as someone fills the last spot, basically, but you got more info on that. And there's a little bit of heads up, yes, but it's a lot faster. There's not 8 hours to take your pick. So Anthony, I appreciate that as well. Fanny, what's up? It is also, by the way, just to confirm, the giveaway is 2 things tonight. So it's going to be really special. But we've got the Shady helmet, of course. So there you go. That thing looks pretty sweet. It's a full-size helmet, as you can tell, because you got Zay's over here, which we won't give away till $75,000. But this one tonight, signed by the man himself, LaShawn McCoy, who will be inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame on week whatever that is against the Jaguars. I can't recall now, not looking at it straight away. But whatever week that is, the chat can tell me. I know y'all are on top of it. But whatever week that is, that'll happen. And then also, Anthony DeBona, the man himself here. What's up, Anthony? Said, did I win the autographed Jalen Hurts jersey yet? You did not, sir, and you have been removed. So you don't have a chance, even though you've maybe commented on your own one. Anthony and I are obviously giving that jersey away. So for people that are also not aware, but there you go. You got the Jalen Hurts autographed jersey. That is a legit actual picture. So for people that are wondering, that is the jersey itself. And it is hidden away somewhere in my house. But it'll be shipped out to you. Unless I just double back on it. It'll be hard to part ways with that. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I might just send you this shirt, right? I might see the shirt's pretty cool. It's not too bad. No, we're going to give that away. Actually, I'll probably do that pretty quick. And then we'll do Shady and the helmet later in the stream. But make sure to get in on that if you've not already. The Shady one is just the previous video, or actually a couple of videos ago, but just had to comment Shady. I had a link in the community page as well for that one. But pretty sweet. There you go. JC Kirk, I appreciate it. Week 9, I was going to say. It felt like it was somewhere around week 10. So week 9. Let's go. Starting out with the Super Chats. Heck yeah, Anthony. Appreciate that. The 5 bumps is I love the show with Justin Pugh, you and Mott, and LB representing as always. That was a blast. I had a really good time with the stream. Honestly, it ended up being, I think, about like an hour 20 in total. Some of it got cut and edited out, but it was almost like 2 hours that we were just hanging out, talking birds, and, letting Justin hear it as far as where his Giants are at or not at. So, really good time. But, we will give this jersey away to start out with. And then we'll get into that. As always, Noah, don't spam the chat or you will be in timeout for a second. I'll get to questions, but I'm not going to answer anything that is spammed about 15 times, and you're getting close. JC Kirk, appreciate the 2. I don't know if you have anything to actually say. Noah, I'm not answering it. You're going way too much. But yes, JC, I appreciate that. If there's a comment that you have, just comment it, and I'll throw it up here. I don't see anything else there, but I do appreciate the 2. If it's just support, nonetheless, that's great. But Shady805, how do we win? If you're asking a question for the Shady helmet, that's just going to the link in the description. Noah can be put in timeout, too, if he does not pause. I mean, we've got a lot of moderators here, but I'll put a link in there. Real quick, I'll share it. There you go. Link for Shady giveaway. Click on that one. It's going to take you a different... JC, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I just saw your comment. Heck yeah, means a lot. But that is the link. I just posted it also in the chat. Go to that one. Type in Shady, and then you'll come back, right? Or you can. You don't have to. But that's how you enter. All right. So, and let's go ahead and give... Well, Anthony, I see that. I'm not feeling this Brazil trip anymore. Smoke. They're taking a home game from us. Color issues, bad vibes, all that. Yeah, we'll get into that. I am very curious to get everybody's thoughts, and there's going to go a million different ways. We'll get into stat line predictions. I see some of those. Let me make sure to. The Vision Project Media, what's this hangout about? It's Eagles' final preparations, updates on a couple roster moves. They signed a defensive tackle, signed a cornerback. We can talk about those as well. Texan Eagle, yes, I my parents raised a legend. I do appreciate that. They despite not being Eagles fans, like I think I sent my dad that too. It's like, you raised an Eagles fan, so you must have done something right, even though you were an Eagles fan initially. So, but he has jumped ship. He is an Eagles fan. David, no worries. I'm jumping around, but all these comments. Can't wait to hang out with you guys next Friday as we finally get to watch our birds in action and get our first win. Let's freaking go. That's right. Thomas and I will be live streaming the game. If you guys want to come and hang out, which it's kind of crazy because Brazil outlawed X in their country. So won't get quite as many updates from beat writers. That is one thing that is interesting. But okay, let's do this giveaway, and then we'll get to some of these others as well. I'll jump to... we got tons of comments, tons of questions. We'll get to those. Let me do the giveaway real quick. So we got 2 of them, so I don't want to take forever on the variety here. But we'll do the Twitter one first for Jalen. Jed is... I've done CrossFit for about 8 months for that question. So there you go, 8 months. Not very long. And yes, Marlon Tuipulotu is officially a Chief. I got texted that by Cole DeRuse out of How About Those Chiefs channel, and he's trying to rub it in. I'm like, good for you, bro. Good for you. Is he going to move the needle? Probably not. A niche, yes, that's what we're trying to do. Convert them one at a time. Okay, so as we were talking, I was trying to get it ready. So it looks like we are, and I'll share the screen. There you go. So here it is. Here is the official. It's I know it's nothing crazy, but this is the best one that I had. So this is there were steps there of retweeting. And here, I'll go back to it just as a reminder. There's the jersey. Oh, nope. Had it on the wrong screen. So the jersey itself, right there. And then obviously for the Twitter picker, we'll begin the draw. So good luck to everybody. It's those who retweeted. It's those who commented an individual and followed both Anthony and myself. And good luck all. I don't think this one's as delayed as the other, so it might just be instant, but we'll see. Who is it? And it is Linda. Linda, congratulations, Linda. There you go. You have won. I've definitely seen Linda on X quite a bit. Don't know if Linda's on the live stream here. But congratulations to you. You just won the Jalen Hurts signed jersey. So I will make sure and screenshot this and share that with you. But as long as you claim that within the next week, then it's all yours. I'll ship it away. Congratulations. The Jalen Hurts Kelly Green jersey. And it doesn't get any better than that, really. So good for you. Congratulations. Right there. Nigel's asking, what did she win? Kelly Green signed Jalen Hurts jersey from myself and Anthony DeBona for following on X. Most of the giveaways are on YouTube, but, occasionally we'll do one on X or things like that. So there you go. Congratulations again. And I will I'll make sure and get the contact info and everything else. Not the only giveaway. So for those that are curious, again, we're going to do the Shady helmet a little bit later. Jalen Hurts jersey is off the board, but the Shady helmet, which is right there. The problem is going to be I got to get another helmet, right? Because I'm going to give this one away here in a day or two. And then once we hit 75,000 subs, it's going to be the Isaiah Rodgers signed helmet. So now it feels like it just kind of goes. Might have to get another helmet. Daniel, I'm in the fantasy league. I hope I'm ahead of you when we tailgate Eagles Cowboys. I want to gloat a little bit. Okay, well, good luck to you. We'll see. All right, and again, we will do the giveaway in a bit. We'll go questions and comments and everything else, obviously the regular traditional hangout, but also getting into some of the other news at the same time. Starting out, though, again, we're 1 week away from Eagles versus Packers in Brazil. There's some rumors as far as, the playability, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson tweeting, asking, is it safe? You understand whenever you have some different reports. Let's see. I'll share that one if I can get it on. There's CJ. It's not going all the way to the top, but yeah, just his response of the wildfires in over 30 cities, I guess, across Brazil, asking, do you think it's really safe to play there? Okay, understandable. There's air quality potential. But again, I don't know, right? The hard part, too, is there's so much misinformation. It's the day and age of misinformation. It's not even the day and age of information. It's just misinformation. Trying to, cycle through or figure out what's legit and what's not. Josh is saying the biggest concern to me is the fires. It is to me, assuming that it's legit. I mean, there are portions of it, but again, I'm questioning how bad is the air quality, to what extent, because every time that you see, I don't care what it is, you can name any report, you get half of the people that are all over it and half the people that are, no, this is fake and blah blah blah. And I'm not getting into political differences and all that. I'm just saying in terms of opinions, you got both sides, and it's difficult to know where the truth is. So, but if you've got players that are speaking out that way, and AJ who's saying it's a business-like trip, and also that he's basically not going to leave the hotel room, and all of the basically don'ts that they're not, the do not do this, or the list of don'ts is pretty extensive, then that's saying something. Fanny, I agree. It's a severe health hazard if that's where it's at. But I saw a couple others that were refuting it. They're saying no, it's not in Sao Paulo. It's in other areas. And I don't know. Jackson brings up another good point. I don't like the jersey they're wearing. Really? What's up with the what are the thoughts on the jerseys? While people are typing that, let me get to Nate's comment here. Nate the Great, shout out to Nate. This is Nate's shirt, by the way. So, shout out to Nate for this, because it's pretty dope. Not gonna lie. How can you not like the design? QB1. Nate's saying, Josh, give me your thoughts on the Britton Covey press conference. I made Waylon come listen to it. Very high on Covey. Heck yeah. I love Britton Covey, his mindset, the selflessness, the humility, the appreciation for his spot, but not taking anything for granted. I mean, if you think all the way even back to whenever he was trying to just make it on the roster, again, I don't know how you don't like the dude. You could watch the, what was the name of the video? It was Deep Roster Playmakers, I think, on the Eagles YouTube, and going behind the scenes and just like talking to him about his mindset and making the roster and everything there. It's incredible. Like, that's the type of personality that you want, right? He's not gonna blow you away with a lot of things, but he's a good punt returner, and he made some solid contributions as far as a wide receiver. Now he won't get as many now with the acquisition of John Dotson and others, but that's okay. He's a team player. I think he's the ultimate team player. You even see that back with his college days, but yeah, big fan of Covey. Let me get the jersey itself. I'll throw that up here so that people have it in case you missed it. I'm sure that basically everybody's on top of this, but if you've not, you get a picture, you see it first. There you go. Eagles combo of uniforms. Black helmet, black pants, white jersey. And the numbers are green, so there's a little bit of green in there. White socks. Eagle one, I wish we went all black. I can understand that. I'm curious because it's almost a non-green uniform. There's a little bit. Shout out to Ryan who pointed that out as well. Yes, there's technically the green in the numbers. But maybe it's a little bit of psychological warfare. If Howie's going out there and saying, hey, let's wear the colors of Corinthians, so it's the local hometown squad. Wear the home colors, kind of a little nod to them, win a little bit of affection, and force the Packers to wear the colors of the local rivals, Palmeiras, who is green, and that's why it was therefore outlawed to wear green, or basically outlawed to wear green. I like the jersey. I mean, outside of the whole, is green allowed to be worn? Is it dangerous? All this other stuff, which, by the way, it's I don't think it is. It's overblown. Josh Jacobs, in his interview with, I think, Chris Long on the Greenlight podcast, initially said, yeah, there's this whole, like, they don't want to be wearing green in there. You're not allowed to in the stadium. It is true for the rivalry of Corinthians and Palmeiras, but it's not for everywhere. Like, heck, the Corinthians Arena, I think that's the name of the stadium, but where they play, hosted the World Cup back in 2014. And, I mean, I know you guys have said this. A lot of people have said this. Brazil's colors in their national flag is green. Like, green is going to be worn. If you go back and watch that game, green was worn when they played Croatia. It was I think it was the opener, if I'm not mistaken. Opened the World Cup at that stadium wearing green in lots of areas. So it's not that big of a deal. It is for their particular rivalry. For this game, for the NFL, you can wear green. People will be wearing green, and I think, again, I'm just tempering it because I haven't been myself, but based on what reports there are, other individuals that have spoken about it, it's okay for this game, but they do take it seriously for their rival squads, which, that's fine. I get that. A little bit different here with football. But, again, the Eagles taking the colors of the home team and a little nod to them, so then they force the neutral bystanders to kind of go, well, do I really want to wear green? Do I really want to support Green Bay? I don't know. Maybe not. It's not the worst decision. You force Green Bay's hand. Because if you go all black, like I said, then you all of a sudden have Green Bay wearing their all whites, which they came out with. Noah saying I should get the black. Okay. Well. There you go. Let's see. I got to make sure and get the super chat because I think I got one here. Here we go. Tiffany, appreciate the 10 bomb, says, hate that my birds have to worry about breathing poor quality air, crime, and being careful not to drink the water. Not fair to them. Hope we win and quickly get the heck out of there. It is certainly whether, I mean, that really doesn't matter, I think, which side you're on. It's a money grab for the NFL. It's about publicity. It's about money. It's about brand exposure and trying to just grow it everywhere because they're going to try to capitalize and take over, the entire world market, I suppose. But I'm with you. Yes, like keep everyone healthy, the team, the players, the fans, everyone. Keep them as healthy as possible. Get them out of there. Greasy television. I think there's the first super on the live stream. Appreciate that. I don't know if that's a sticker of like screaming because of the Brazil game or where that is necessarily, but appreciate the one. But Tiffany, I'm with you. Yeah, this one I was hoping for, and I'm not trying to, because I know there's Eagles fans in Brazil. I'm not trying to like hate on those people, but I was really looking forward to seeing the Eagles play at the Link for the home opener, the legit home opener. Now the home opener is kind of more so week 2 against Atlanta, which will be Nick Foles' night. But it would have been good with the Packers. Wife being from Wisconsin and the Packers fandom and all that. Might have been a little nice, but we don't get that, unfortunately. So we'll be watching it Friday night, week from now. We'll have the stream going. So for people that either don't pay for Peacock or just want to hang out or kind of sync it up with us, we'll be doing that. Should have a blast. Justin asking when the team's traveling down. They are traveling down, I believe it's... someone may know better than me. I wanted to say Tuesday. I was texting Zay about it a little bit. I think it's Tuesday, but I can't 100% remember. Greg's saying Goodell screwed us. Goodell's not going to win on anything, though. So, it's he knows who he serves. But yes, it's being a little bit blown out of proportion. Star saying Brazil flag color, green and yellow for sure. It's losing one game. So Eagle won 2 days before. Okay, that may be right. Maybe it's Wednesday. They're not going down too early, so we will say that. Fitness Warriors are asking, who do I think will have our first touchdown of the season? That's a good question. First touchdown of the season. I might go with, it's probably an easy giveaway or an easy pick, but I might go with Saquon. Just him being a new player on the squad, right? All the hype for Saquon. If you get in a situation where you're close and you're in the goal line, go ahead and do that. I can see it. Anish, yes, the draft order is recalculated when the league is full. Good question. Justin, I'm not. I guess it is. Maybe it's a casual flex. Speaking of, we might have him on the show after when they get back. I'll just say that. Not official, not 100%. We might have him on the show. Let me get to the super chat here. Frankie Ray, appreciate the 10 bomb. So Josh, how do you feel about the Birds signing your own Baylor player, JT Woods? Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm glad you brought that up because we were going to talk about that. But yes, let me throw up the graphic here just to have something to look at. It's not anything earth-shattering, I suppose, but we'll still put that up there. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, that's not much, but there's I don't have the other graphic that I was looking for, so that'll work. Eagles tweet, we signed defensive back JT Woods to the practice squad. I love it because not only for the Baylor reason. I lost the super chat. Let me get that back up there too. There you go. There you go, Frankie. Yes, I'm a little bit biased towards Baylor players, sure, but I think that it's a good move. I mean, JT was good at Baylor. I will say that. You could argue it was Baylor. He was still good. I think he tied the FBS for the most interceptions his senior year. So a ball hawk, at least in college, being able to take advantage of turnovers. Has some crazy speed. Ran a 4.36 40, 6'2", 195. So when you talk about the speed combined with that size, that's pretty impressive, and he's got some versatility. Shout out to Anthony DeBona, actually, for getting this out there first. I think I've got that graphic. Yeah, here we go. Let me put that one up here. I think it's going to fit. If it doesn't, I'll share the screen completely. There we go. Yeah. JT Woods. Lots of versatility. 3 preseason games in 2024. Played 141 total defensive snaps. Breakdown of those snaps are outside corner, 62, free safety, 42, box, 18, slot cornerback, 16, and D-line, more so just kind of lined up probably in a blitzing formation, but still 3 times. So lots of versatility. I like him as a player, as a potential project. Well, let's be honest. He did not, for people that are not aware, he did not, maybe wasn't the greatest tackler, even going back to college. Transition that to the NFL, probably a little worse even. So that's a knock on him. He was unable to stay healthy. Last year, he was on the NFI non-football injury list for, what was it, like 2 months, 3 months? He was there for a while. I can't remember how long, but he was there for a while. You don't get to see him in action too many times. But, you know, when you talk about a former third-round pick, a guy who has some potential, Howie loves making these moves. You go after guys who are drafted, you know, relatively high, a second-day pick, and say, okay, you know what? Just because you didn't work out in the first year or two of your NFL playing career, maybe there's something there. And especially if he's a guy that Philly liked during the draft process and was targeting him as a potential, then, yeah, you look at it and say, we could probably use another corner on the practice squad in case someone gets hurt. So I really love it. If he can't tackle, then all of a sudden, you know, it's a moot point, right? But that's for a lot of people. But if he can't tackle, then you're not going to like seeing that. Same thing as far as I think Fran Duffy was talking about, maybe did a breakdown on him with his using his eyes more. Might get a little bit too locked into the receiver himself and not turn around to look, but it's very low risk, and I wouldn't necessarily say high reward, but like there's a reward there to be had. He's a practice squad guy. So there you go. There's my thoughts. Lots of people go with Barkley. Understand. There's a couple. Smitty as the first-time touchdown. Frankie Ray with a slant to Wilson. Okay, Johnny Wilson. Hopefully fully recovered from the concussion protocol. I'm not sure if he's actually still there, but Anthony, Eagles low-key love Baylor. The Gabe Hall, right? The Gabe Hall situation. JT Woods. Fanny, there you go. Your last name's Woods, so could be a fourth cousin. You never know. You never know. Would be cool. Micah Brown, that's a good question. Josh, in an ideal world, staying healthy. By the way, there's another signing, too, we'll get to, as far as Byron Young. But Mike is saying, Josh, in an ideal world, staying healthy, do you see our defense being top 15 this season? I do. I absolutely do. I've said it a couple times, though. I feel like 15th. If you're middle of the pack and, you know, basically spot on middle, maybe barely above that, but 15th, that's great. You know, I'll take that. 15th ranked defense, I think that it's possible. I believe that some people are sleeping on this defense and it could be better. Health is a ton of what it comes down to. I know that's a normal, natural thing to be said. But I may be different than some people of like, okay, there's questions at linebacker, sure, right? Like Devin White's played at all pro level. Hopefully he can return there. But he was benched for a reason and he struggled. But you can also say to the counter argument, he didn't have a contract done. He's talked about that. He was very focused on all that situation there. Now it's, hey, you know what? Let's just play football. Let's not worry about it. Let's play football. So he can, I believe, get back to that level. He's young. He hasn't lost athleticism. He's recovered from his injuries as well. So he should be good. Zach Bond, you don't know for sure. If we're being honest, you really don't know for sure. We hope. I have a lot of high hopes. Y'all know that for Zach Bond, but we don't know. I'm holding out to the fact that Vic Fangio says that he should be good. He believes in him. So Vic's got a pretty decent resume in terms of 40 years. If he says that he's good, I'm going to go ahead and buy that. I'm going to say, fine. You know what? As of right now, I will believe that. In 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, maybe that remains to be seen, and then we're all of a sudden going, well, maybe not. Possibly Nakobe Dean could insert himself. Does it become a linebacker by committee situation? Gosh, I hope not. But it could. And even Fangio was kind of suggesting that's not his ideal plan, but it could be if they have to do that. So just something to keep an eye on. But I would say, yeah, if you have everyone stay healthy, to me, the biggest concern is safety. You need them to be healthy, and you need the injuries to not happen, specifically at the safety spot. Because Sidney Brown's not going to be back till week 6. Again, week 4 is the duration for the pup, but you've got the bye week 5. So week 6, first game, probably potential of him returning. You want him back, but you want him healthy. James Bradberry out for 6 to 8 weeks. I personally was not really holding out hope or thinking that he offers a ton anyway. So, I mean, no knock to him too much, I guess, but I wasn't holding out hope for him to play a lot of snaps. But you've got Reed and you've got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And I think if they stay healthy, we'll be solid. We'll be good. No matter what you think about Reed Blankenship, he'll be solid if he stays healthy with CJ out there, because the secondary is better and it's reciprocal of having good cornerbacks helps the safety play. Having good safety play helps the cornerbacks. They go back and forth, so they should be fine. But if you get injured in the safety, then all of a sudden, especially if it's early, I mean, who do we go to? Like, we go to Avonte Maddox? Maybe he's serviceable. Can he stay healthy even? You go to, James Bradberry's injured. Tristan McCollum played solid in preseason, earned a spot for sure. I think that there might be something there, but it's only preseason and playing against third-string players. So, yeah, I'm uncertain. We'll say that. But I do like the question, and if they do stay healthy, I believe, yes, 15th ranked defense, very possible. Maybe Caden Stearns works his way back into the lineup. He's on the practice squad now, but you know that they believe in him. Thus, they would have, or they wouldn't have tried to hang on to him as best they can or even sneak him out of the practice squad. So hopefully something there. But I think it comes down a lot to safety spot. I know there's others. There are questions, but that's kind of where I'm at as far as the safety and the particulars of what you want there. Let me get to some of these other super chats too. Appreciate it. Alex O, the 5-bomb. Appreciate that. Says, what do you think about Isaiah Rodgers being the starting corner opposite of Slay in the preliminary depth chart? Excuse me. Love it. That's my guy. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, yes, because I got the, right there. Got the helmet, signed helmet. But I think that he can be good. Yes, Q eventually will be long-term outside corner. But you started out right now, and you probably have Q playing in the slot. So I think it's good. I'm very interested to see Zay in this defense and the plays that he potentially can make, because he's one of those that occasionally, we even heard it in training camp, but if you go back and look at some of his footage, maybe there's the occasional getting beat, but he's also the player that all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a pick, because he's baiting the quarterback, and he's really, really good at doing that. Like, there's one in particular, I think it's against the Texans, and I can't recall who the quarterback was there, but he made it seem like there's no chance to catch up to it, and then with his speed and his burst, all of a sudden there he is, and he makes the pick. You heard it in training camp too. It's like, oh, AJ had a step, or Smitty had a step. Next thing you know, he's getting back to the ball and making a pass breakup. So I like it. I'm not saying that, Q's not going to be good or he should not eventually be out there on the outside, but I think the depth that you have, that's great. You start out the season with some vets, some guys who have played there a little bit more, have some confidence at the position, and you still have versatility and you still have depth. So I'm totally on board. And like Zay said, I believe it was the 6 interceptions and 3 pick sixes this year. That's the goal. Those are the numbers we're going with. So heck yeah, let's start out with one on opening night. How about, right? What if he was your first touchdown? That'd be wild. Jordan Love drops back to pass. Zay picked off. Touchdown. Andrew, appreciate the 5. Says, why do you think Smitty lost his captain status? Love your show, man. Keep up the great work. Go Birds. Go Birds. Appreciate that, Andrew. Yeah, I'll throw up the graphic too. Again, try to use this as much as I can here. But if people have not seen who the captains are, let's see. Well, that's not cooperating. Let's do it this way. There you go. So, official captains, if you missed it, like I said. Lane Johnson, Jalen Hurts, Brandon Graham, Jordan Mailata, Jake Elliott, A.J. Brown, and Slay. Not a bad group. As for the question of Smitty losing the captain status, I don't, first off, I don't know exactly why that is. My speculation is it is voted upon by the players. So if you had a certain amount that you were going to vote on, and by position or by positional group, or certainly offensive, defensive, and special teams, then okay, you say, sure, you've got one with Jake Elliott, special teams, makes sense. And then offensively, you take 4 of those, and then defensively, you have 2. Ultimately, I mean, Jalen, first off, Jalen makes a bunch of sense. Obviously, quarterback, that's going to happen. Lane, sure, absolutely, totally belongs there. I mean, there's really not a whole lot I can see if people want to make the case or argument against any of these, but I think it just came down to the fact that it's nothing really a knock against Smitty, because he goes about his business and he's the ultimate team player. But maybe it's just when guys think about who's a very vocal leader in the locker room, maybe Smitty's not as much that guy, which is perfectly fine. Like, Smitty is never really going to cause any drama, not going to say much. He's just like, all right, hey, we got to get better. So, it's lead by example. He's right there. But if you talk about guys who are talking and constantly being a voice for someone, just about, everyone on that list there, you would go, well, yeah, like, you automatically think about those guys in those positional groups. I mean, kudos to Jordan Mailata for getting a first-time captain status. But he's also very much taking that leadership role, too, talking about how they put it upon themselves this offseason. If the O-line group messed up, they're running gassers and doing whatever they need to there. So if you have some extra captains on that side, I think it's why he just got left out, not because it's, oh, we don't trust you, but it's a player vote, and, maybe he was the 8th choice. They take 7 guys. He's the 8th choice right there. Not a big deal. I'm not blowing it out of proportion. I don't know that most people were, but I did see a couple. So all right, let me get to some of these chats too, because I was getting the super chats as well, but we'll go back to some of those as from this side. Fitness Warrior, do I think that the Godfather Fangio has faith in Blankenship? I do. I actually do. I think that he believes in him. Let's see. Yeah, lots of people loving Rodgers. You can make the case, sure, as Weedosaurus is. I don't think if I see much, if it's a ton of rust, yeah, like I'll say that. But if we see a little bit, it's not a huge concern to me in the preseason, because it is the preseason. But I'm not really concerned. I'll say that. Nate wants me to fill out a 7-man flag football roster of all-time Eagles greats. Oh my gosh, that would take me a little bit. I will have to think about that and maybe get back to you, because that would maybe take me a little bit of time. There's some that would be automatics, but to make it 7 official and to do flag football, that changes. It's not just the automatic, like, oh yeah, there's insert 7 flag football, like 7-man flag. You're probably not taking any D lineman or O lineman, right? I mean, if I'm looking for speed, so yeah, Anthony is trying to use his burner account as much as possible. And then, yes, as Andrew's saying, yeah, last year 9 captains, this year it's 7. Maybe it was too many cooks in the kitchen. Maybe there's too many guys. We want to narrow it down. I don't know. Again, don't know fully why that is. I would have thought maybe they have one more guy on defense, but Jamar, that's true. You also don't know if it was a Smitty thought or decision there too. Agree with JC also. Yeah, so the average team has 6 captains. Not being named captain isn't a negative thing. Don't need too many Chiefs and not enough Indians kind of deal. Smitty it doesn't seem bothered by it. There you go. Eagle One, good luck in your draft. I see that, by the way. Speaking of, if you are looking for a draft, I'm just going to keep pushing it. Y'all know, because we got a couple spots left. So, but the best ball underdog draft, $50 entry, right there. Link in the description or link in the pinned comments. Shout out to Anthony again for chilling and hanging out because he is very busy. Absolutely busy. The NFL draft, crazy busy too because Anthony does a great job, which is not surprising, but hanging out here. Kramer, 95, okay, but you know what? That's golf. I see that. Let's go. Marcus gifting the one Philly Special Show membership. Heck yeah. And Chan got the membership. So, hey, Chan, you were, saying you might be the first one on the stream to win something. It wasn't the shady helmet, but you did win a gifted membership. So, congrats. The Razor, you missed the Jalen Hurts jersey giveaway, but not the LaShawn McCoy signed helmet, which we're going to do a little bit later. So stay tuned for that. All right, so we talked about the captains, obviously. We talked about Brazil, talked about JT Woods. How about Byron Young? What are the thoughts on that signing? It's a little bit of older news, but Byron Young being signed to the Eagles. Let's see. I think I've got potentially a graphic here, if we can find one. Let's see. As I'm doing that, let's go. David Drummond. Heck yeah. 10 Philly Special Show memberships. Oh, yeah. And Shady 805, PJ Birds, Greasy Television, Justin Smart, Joey, Nico, Eagle Nation, Abe, Isaiah Ruiz, Big Sills Speaks Facts, and I think that might have been it. There you go. Congrats. You guys all got memberships courtesy of David there. You're the man. All right. Where is the Byron Young, as I mentioned? Morgan says, yes, David's a legend. There you go. David hooking everybody up. There's the guy. There's the signee. Byron Young in the preseason, 1 sack, 3 run stops, 2 tackles for loss. It's not a ton, sure, but something. It's the risk reward move that we've seen from Howie Roseman. Shout out to Anthony DeBona also for pointing out that there's only 3 things true in this life. It's death, taxes, and Howie Roseman going after high draft picks, giving them a second chance. That's what he does. Try to see if you can have that potential make it hit. Although if it hasn't before, get a chance. Fitness Warrior, I hope you're right. Yeah, Clint Hurt being our Stoutland on defense. And yes, the Byron out of Alabama, because there's another one that was over in LA, but out of Alabama, former 3rd-round pick, all SEC first team, all American second team, his senior season. Only had 4 tackles last year, though, for the Raiders in 6 games played. Not great. That would be a not great stat line. Granted, I think he only played like 99 snaps. If I remember correctly, I think it was only like 99 snaps. So he didn't get a lot of opportunity to do something. He should have done more, sure, but like it was few and far between. And sometimes a system or confidence or whatever it is maybe not the best case scenario, maybe not the best situation. So before it's just, all right, well, give up on him, take a shot, see if he works out. You're used to having a Philly dog. This time it's a Bama player. Usually it's Bama players on offense, Georgia players on defense. But, you take one for the D-line, see if he can turn into anything. I like it. I think it's worth a shot. He had apparently been playing better. And Josh is asking, which Byron Young, Tennessee or Bama? It's Bama. And like Anthony says there, Eagles essentially using their practice squad as G League developmental team while also having veterans that can be elevated if needed. That is why Howie is so good. Chris Scott, I hope you got that answered. I think that Kramer just did. But yeah, joining the fantasy draft, it's the pinned comment at the top, or it's also in the description. Should say join my fantasy league or fantasy draft or something like that. Just a few more entries available. So last one. And Christopher, you should get a free membership for your consistency. Good show. I appreciate the comment every single time, man. It is totally random as far as who that gets out to. So apologies, and we're going with the Chris's here for the comments, but Chris Scott saying, I might be in the minority, but I believe our D-line will get at least 5 sacks next Friday night. Who agrees with Chris on that one? How many sacks are we getting against Green Bay? While you're answering that too, Fitness, that's a good point. Yeah, like Clint Hurt being a defensive coordinator and now being the D-line coach and talking about Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter first off, but then Milton Williams, the difference that he's made. You look at his resume combined with Vic Fangio, and I think both of us have talked about it, recording together. Anthony's written about it as well. But Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer, and who else? I'm drawing a blank now. Gosh. Akeem Hicks. And I think there's one or two other guys that I'm forgetting. But defensive tackles that he's turned their career around or just, kick-started it. Not necessarily saying Byron Young is this guy because he's going to be 4th or 5th option, but to have someone who can potentially develop and who's young, and you technically don't know where he is. In one season, if a team's going to be like, that didn't work out, you really don't know for sure. Now, I don't know what the numbers say on a former 3rd-round pick or higher, a team releases within the first year. How much success can they have? Do they have getting signed with another team and then all of a sudden having a good career? Who knows? There's probably stats out there. I don't know what that is, but it's worth a shot because that's what he does. So I like it. Again, if you go out there and, serviceable as a backup, press into action occasionally, but Milton Williams is 3rd, Moro Jomo's 4th. Probably Thomas Booker is 5th. So it might even be the 6th option. But it adds you some depth. You've got a guy with some good pedigree who was hyped, at least coming out of the draft. I think there was thought that he'd be pretty good. And maybe he is, maybe he's not. But it's a very low risk on that. So I'll certainly take that. Let's see. Jamar, appreciate the 5-bomb, dude. Said turning 40 in less than 3 hours. I need that helmet. And Eagles win for the season opener. Jalen 3 TDs thrown. Let's go, bro. Turning 40 in less than 3 hours. Wow. Well, happy early birthday to you, I guess. If I don't see you or get a shout out on your birthday, happy early birthday. You got anything cool planned? Doing something big for 40? Feels like you should be, right? Like, it's got to be random. I got to keep it above board here. So the giveaway for the helmet is going to be just a luck of the draw, unfortunately. But hopefully you got something big planned. And yes, either way, an Eagles win on the home opener would certainly take that. All right, let's see. We got some 4 sack totals. JC, I don't think that's possible. 4.5 sacks is impossible against the Packers. It's got to be a whole number. Jonathan Guerrero, the sign, there's a link in the description where I got it. It's incredibly expensive. It's like doubled or tripled in cost since I bought one, but that's where it's at. Jalen All Sickos going 4. 200's 4. Jack Best 3. Is it Hebrid? 4 sacks and 1 INT. T, what recording software do I use? It's all the Adobe suite, if that's what you're asking, like Adobe Audition. That's what I go with. Frankie Ray 3. Jamar's going 5 sacks. And there you go. Thanks, everyone, for the happy birthdays. Fitness, I'm with you. Totally agree. Josh Borrero saying 2 to 3 sacks. Packers line is solid, and I'm still suspect about our D-line. If they double team the Bradman, who will step up? Put me down for an INT, though. It's a great point you bring up. By the way, I'll have a video probably next week. It'll be more so of like a preview on the Packers and what to keep an eye out for, so stay tuned for that. But to the point of double teams and the Bradman, very fair point. And yes, no perfect situation. Byron being around those guys, I think it works out beautifully for him. Jeremiah Butler, good question question as far as what I think of no A.J. Dillon for the Packers this season. I don't know. Didn't do much with the Packers, so it felt like a strange swap, to be honest, as far as like Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs. I really don't know if that makes it, if it changes any. I don't know if that's I don't think it's a drastic improvement. Is it a little bit? Maybe. I don't really know, quite honestly. But it will be, A.J. Dillon, not there. Didn't really ever, I think, live up to expectations. Chris Scott going with, 2 sacks for Jalen Carter. Let's go. He has 2 sacks on the opening game. 1 for Milton Williams, 1 for Sweat, 1 for Huff. We'll take that. That'd be big time. David Drummond, who I think is going to get elevated from the practice squad in week 1, assuming a tight end and center given the depth on 53, but Stoll or Jenkins, Gates, or Toth. That is a interesting question. Yeah. Okay, I think it's Nick Gates if we're going center. He started for Washington last year, so no offense to Toth. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Toth. Let's go Nick Gates if we even hopefully don't have to use a backup center. But go Nick Gates. And tight end wise, that's difficult, man, because Stoll played decent, nothing crazy, but decent last year. It's a new regime. He hasn't been here with the new offense, but brought back if you're having as a third. I could see either one. I would think personally, I would probably say EJ Jenkins, but I could see it if they were like, yeah, we have a third tight end there, and if we need him to block, maybe you go with Stoll. But Jenkins has improved his blocking, so yeah, I would probably say Jenkins and Gates. Daniel Maldonado, only 1 sack. It's not great if we're only getting 1 sack. I hear you, though. Chris Scott, let's go. Welcome to Let's Run It tier. Heck yeah. Welcome to the membership. Access to the ticket giveaways during the season for everybody who's a continued member. There you go. Oh, okay. JC, I'm just getting your comment, too. I was wondering. I was like, 4.5 sacks is not possible. Okay, so 4.5 for Jalen Carter. We're talking about one game, first game, 4.5 sacks for Jalen Carter. Sure, yeah. Let's do it. What is that for the team, too, I guess? 7 sacks for the whole team, 8 sacks for the team. We're doing numbers like that. We should definitely be winning. Anish is going 3. Daniel's 1 or 2. Changed it from 1. 1 or 2. Let's see. Cheesesteak. I did get brownie points for selecting Jordan Love in the draft. Yep. I had to. So had to at least go for that one, There you go. Jamar planning something. Wife's planning something big. You can always expect that with a little bit of maybe too quiet, like you say. So Kramer, we were talking about the fires earlier, but yeah, there's nothing. It's so difficult to know. There's some people that report that, hey, the fire is not that big a deal, and there's some people that report the fires are a massive deal, and the air quality and all the other stuff. I just from not knowledge of that direct situation, but knowledge of having fires and understanding the air quality, like it seems like it is. If you've got that many fires there, probably an issue. But hopefully it's taken care of. I don't really know. Yeah, Anthony, that's a good question too. Jahan switching his number again. I don't know. That's a curious one there because Jahan Dotson is listed as 83. We saw him wearing 87. One of the sites has him listed as 87. The other one, I think in the depth chart has him as 83. Is he officially 83? Did somebody confirm that? I'm seeing a comment. I think Fitness Warrior saying it's official. Is it 100% official? Let's see. Yeah, I guess it does look like 83. According to NFL jersey numbers. I'm assuming that that's legit. It appears that way. Fitness hot take. Josh's wife will be doing the shows after the Eagles-Packers game if the Packers win, and Josh will be watching the babies. Maybe so. Maybe so. Oh my gosh, we'll see. Oh, Anthony DeBona says Schefter already said Gates is being promoted week 1. See, I didn't see that. So essentially locked in as one of the elevations. Well, there you go. That's even a more of a guarantee. I think McMahon, if he was the backup center, he would not have been cut and put on the practice squad, which is the reason for that one. But let's see. Christian saying, what did I miss? Any big headlines besides the fire in Brazil? We were talking about the Eagles previously signed Byron Young, but that was yesterday, and then also signed a defensive back in JT Woods. So there's to the practice squad, but that's where that one is. Good versatility, like we were talking about. Tyler Wallace. I have Josh Jacobs, so I need Love to sit out next week. Oh, Frankie, I just saw your tweet. I was delayed on that. There we go. Okay, well, I appreciate that. It is official. 83. Let's go. Hey, Batman's twin. Appreciate the 5. Says, what up, Josh? Keep up the great work. That means a lot. Thank you, bro. I do appreciate that. Speaking of twin, my twin is probably going to join the stream next week. Again, there won't be a Friday night hangout because the Friday night there will be, but it won't be like, the game's going to be going on. So we'll be live streaming the game. But as far as like a hangout beforehand, probably going to do that Thursday night. So stay tuned for that. But my twin bro will probably jump on for maybe an hour or so. going over the Eagles and Packers because, of course, he is also a Packers fan. I think that a decent amount of y'all know that. But there you go. Could be interesting. We'll see what he has to say. Figured, what the heck, we'll bring him on there. Hey, look, there's Linda. I don't know if Linda, you were here earlier. This is the first time I saw your comment, but Linda, you won the Jalen Hurts signed jersey. Congrats to you. I don't know if you saw that. I'm assuming you did not, because I'm pretty sure that's the first comment. But you won the jersey. As she says, Anthony DeBone is basically Adam Schefter 2.0 in my book. And, well, Adam Schefter 2.0 is going to gift you a Jalen Hurts signed Kelly Green jersey because you won the giveaway. So congrats to you. I just got to get info. Let me see. Let me make sure and go to this real quick. I just got to get info from you, so I'm going to follow you. I just did on X. So shoot me a DM. I just need, obviously, the address to ship that to you. But there you go. There's Linda, and congratulations to you. Look at that. That works out. Oh, okay. Linda says I was here but started crying. Well, there you go. Okay, I just didn't see the comment. So either way, I just followed you on next, so we should be able to get that contact info. Anthony Perry saying Jonathan Gannon just taking our players off waivers, I see. That's what it appears like. He did get Julian Okwara and PJ Mustapher, so... Kramer, Tyler Hall was an injury, and I think it was the injury, what was it, the injury settlement? Or something like that. Weedosaurus, I've seen a couple people say that now. My brother's a juiced Michael Rosenbaum. I hadn't even thought about that until somebody... I don't know if you were the first one to say that or if there was another comment and then it got said a couple of times, but I had not thought about that at all. JC, okay, see, I didn't know that also, but apparently air quality, I do know air quality changes lung function, but I did not know. So apparently air quality in Sao Paulo is 67, which is moderate. Currently would compare to playing at Mile High Stadium. Okay, well, that is interesting. Today it was 39, I believe, in Dallas, but one of the days, I think a week ago, it was like 130, and I got like a notification. It was like terrible air quality, stay indoors. So let's see. David Drummond is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Does that count as the first live chat winner? No, it's we've had one. Remember, I said that earlier, but Jason Blessing, I think, was the first live winner, and it was for the sign. It was back whenever I gave the sign away during the draft night, one of the draft nights that I gave that away. So that was the first one. I think we've had one other one besides that, but very few and far between. As Anthony's saying, Dotson went from Todd Pinkston to Greg Lewis. Yikes. See, my question is, why didn't he go to 13? Why doesn't he? That should be taken away from Will Grier and just go ahead and immediately take that. There you go. There's Jason hanging out. Yeah, boy. Yes, TJ, going to give the helmet away here in just a bit. So we'll probably give it another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll spin for the helmet. I should have that one set up here. So 10-ish minutes. Shady McCoy helmet will be given away. Maybe we can go 2 for 2. It'd be awesome if we get somebody else who's on this live stream and winning that helmet. Oh, let's go. Jason says hangs on the wall in my bedroom. Yep. It's a fair point, yes. But Anthony, what's wrong with Will Grier wearing like 39? Right? Because Will Shipley's changed to what did he get? 28? Let's have him wear 39. I think that's what we should vote on. Will Grier wear 39 and just move on with it. What was you're gonna remember this more than me. What was Teddy Bridgewater's number that one year? Or was it last year? What was his number for like a game? Wasn't it Teddy Bridgewater? Or was there a different quarterback? I know there was a quarterback, and I'm thinking it was Bridgewater. Or am I remembering that correctly? I'm going to find it here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was 50. See, now I know that that's like just a temporary thing. But yeah, let's see if I can put this. Yeah, there you go. There's the man himself, Teddy Bridgewater, rocking 50. So give him 39. No, Rick, Will Grier is 28. He changed his number. It's so 39 is available. But if Teddy Bridgewater can rock a 50, then, we could say, hey, Will Grier, sorry, man, you're going to be 39. Jahan needs 13. Vital says take Braden Mann's number 10. He's got a pretty solid number. The fact that he's hanging on to that one. All right, I got to get to this other super chat here in a second. Jason, enter the shady one. There's a, actually, let me see. I think I might have the link. I'll post it again. You just got to go to this video. You might have already done it. Lots of people have. But if not, go to this link, type in shady in the comments, and there you go. You'll be entered, and we'll do the drawing here in like I say, 7-ish minutes now, something like that. Christian, appreciate the 5 bomb, says, how did you and Thomas meet? Yeah, it's a good question that I know that I've answered quite a bit, but no worries. I can answer it again. So basically, we were in college together. So I was like 3 years, I think, ahead of Thomas, but we worked at the student newspaper, and you go around in a circle, say, hey, tell us about yourself, random fact, whatever. So Thomas went first and said he was an Eagles fan, and I was like, oh, sweet, let's go. Like, you don't see many Eagles fans there, or I certainly hadn't. And so got around to me. I was like, all right, well. And naturally, we became friends out of that and watched some Eagles games, hang out, stayed in contact, and there you go. So, yeah, covered the team together. Went on a couple of road trips. Thomas is not a good road tripper, and he might be hanging out here on the stream, but I don't mind saying that. There's a story there that I won't share, but we nearly didn't make it. I'll just say that. So, good time going to Manhattan, Kansas, but that was an experience. Chris Scott, how can I join your fantasy league? I thought I just answered that. Okay, look, there's a link pinned in this comment section. It says join my 10-person best ball $50 fantasy football league. You can click on that link. It will take you to probably download the app, because if you don't have the Underdog app, you'll have to download that. But as soon as you download it, it'll take you there, and you will, I think, deposit first for the 50, and then it'll enter you into the league. So you'll be in the draft room, and you'll be set. So, yes, Brent answered it. Appreciate everybody else too. So, Tracy Ann, they need to add 00 and give it to Grier. You could. Melrose, appreciate that. That means a lot. Man, these comments about Grier. Noah, I do like the black helmet. Brent, your name is green. You got the membership. You were gifted, as JC pointed out. Cheesesteak, that doesn't necessarily work, but there you go. CJ Garner Johnson's in here with a lot of highs. What's up, bro? CD Deuce. I don't think it's actually him, but what's good? Some of these speculating on that trip. No, it was not. It was not that. Okay, Chris. Yeah, if you've got the Underdog app, then if you just click on that. Well, Tyler, I had some people asking about doing a league, and so I was making sure that it could fill up. So it was a 10-man, but yeah, that is taking the easy way. There's going to be lots of talent. If you've got the app, all you got to do is click on that link. It'll take you to the page to where you sign up. That should do it for you. Literally, just go there. Brent saying shows how much I paid attention. Apparently got that 14 days ago. That's great. Okay, well, apparently I got to share this now. So, all right, I'll share this really quickly. Then we are going to draw for the Shady McCoy helmet. So, PJ Birds, appreciate the 5 bomb. Says now you have to share the road trip story. You can't mention and not tell. These be the rules. Apparently so. They be the rules. Now, I will share this story. So, long story short, do work, son. Appreciate the support there. Says love your content. So, all right, we're covering Baylor football, right? So, student newspaper, not a big budget. They had credentials for us at every game, but not all of them they would pay for us to go to. Makes sense. Again, college students, all this. So, we're trying to make it, right? So we're trying to eventually get big time, get jobs. I think the goal at that point was like, all right, let's get ESPN something, right? And so I was a sports writer. Thomas was doing it for the broadcast for the newspaper. And I was like, hey man, we should go. Like we should go, even though they're not going to pay. Like we can find friends to stay with, close, and we'll just make this thing happen. So we leave the Friday evening. We get there late Friday night at a friend's house. We stay there, wake up, go to the game. It's a Saturday night game. I believe it was a Saturday night game. Could have been a Thursday night. I'm drawing a blank. It doesn't matter. It was one of those nights. It was a night game. So we went to the game. It ended. It was like 10 p.m., whatever it was, 10 or 11 p.m., Manhattan, Kansas. At that point, it was like, hey, do we drive back to our friend's place in Wichita, Kansas, which I can't remember entirely, but a couple hours away maybe, or do we just go ahead and drive all the way back to my parents' house, which was, in Texas. So, again, I don't remember exactly, 6 hours, 7 hours. I love to drive. I'm a great road tripper. There's something about whenever I get behind the wheel, I'll just stay awake for eternity. So I was like, hey, I'll start. Like, no big deal. I'll start. You sleep. We'll be good. Drove for the first however long it was until basically we had like an hour left or 45 minutes left. And so we stopped at a gas station, and I was like, I'm okay. Like, a little bit tired. Thomas ends up wanting to, or he woke up naturally because we stopped. And I appreciate it because he was like, hey, you want me to drive? I can drive the rest of the way. And I'm like, I mean, I guess so. Like, I probably was okay. But again, sure, I'll take an hour of sleep. By this point, it's like, I don't know, 5 a.m. And so he starts to drive. And I didn't really think about it. It makes more sense. But like having woken up, probably a little groggy, and it's still just a little bit dark outside. And there were multiple times. Let's just say I didn't sleep a wink whenever he took over because he was struggling to stay awake. But we did survive. Moral of the story is just don't drive through the night with my guy. So all love, but just I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie. That was that was one of those moments where I was like, I might have to just tell him to like, hey bro, let me take over. We're gonna be good. We like pulled up to the house, and I was like, whew, man. So anyway, that's the moral of the story there. Since you asked, and because it was the super chat, so I answered. But Frank from Philly, what's up, bro? Appreciate it. Anthony Perry says Thomas had you rolling on the you, John. He said Dallas won't get 10 wins, 8 or 9 wins, 10 max. He did end up going back to it. He said 10 max. But yes, 8 or 9. I feel like I'm kind of right there at 10. So it wouldn't. It's a weird thing because it's like it wouldn't surprise me if it was 8 or 9, but it also wouldn't surprise me if it was, 10, 11 would 11 be kind of crazy. They'd do a little bit more. JC saying Thomas shotgun 2 Red Bulls had me on the edge the rest of the drive. Something like that. My gosh. Okay, well, Frank's ready to win the helmet. Ask God for forgiveness tonight so I could at least win the helmet. Let's go. Do work, son. Slept through 3 light cycles. Some people were there, some people not. Master Drumming says, huge fan, Josh, waiting for my first giveaway win. Heck yeah. Well, let's do it then. I think we're ready. Let's run it, baby. All right, let me make sure and get this thing all set up. Let's see. Big Fern, yo, Josh, are you excited for the season? Bro, I am so excited for the season. Let me just say this. Training camp's great, right? Preseason's great. Guys earning roster spots, fantastic. Good for them. Happy for them. I'm stoked for the regular season because ready for football to be here. So yeah, beyond happy, beyond excited for the season. Okay, getting the comments ready for the LaShawn McCoy. Fanny just took my night meds. Do the drawing. All right, we got to do it quick. All right, I'm getting the comments. So we have almost, wow, it looks like almost 2,000 comments. So everyone is, you got a chance, but this is one of those where this is going to be not the greatest percentage of odds, but maybe there's 260, 270 people here in the chat. So hopefully good luck to you guys. I'm going to share the screen as always. You got to be subscribed to the channel to win. So studies have shown that does help you. In fact, it's a absolute must. And I think we're good to go. So good luck to everybody. And we're spinning. Who will it be? This time, please be someone on the live stream. That would be fantastic. I don't think I've seen that user here on the live stream, but nonetheless, congratulations, user MW7IE3CI6Y. You have won a LaShawn McCoy signed helmet. That one right there that I will give away to you, assuming that you hit me up. And I very quickly was expecting to see people see that and say that. Kramer, not surprised you're there. Saying a bot will win, rigged. Come on, Jamar, that's a bot. Weedosaurus, that's a bot for sure. It probably is. As normal, as usual, I've got it just in case that is a legit person. I will leave that there for a week. If they don't claim it, I promise you guys I will give it away. And it'll be to one of the live stream people. So I'm just, y'all know that, but I'm putting it out there. It'll be someone in a live stream. I'll ask a question or something like that. So it'll be one of, 270 people or whatever. Noah's saying that's a bot. I understand. It does definitely. That's Jace. It might be Thomas's backup, or it could be Anthony DeBono's. We don't know. Some random account they created. Again, I got to honor it temporarily. If I don't hear back from them, we will give it away. And you guys know we did that for game tickets, actually, because shout out to Doug, who did not ever claim them from way back when. So Jason's saying, going to go make that burner account. It might be a burner account. Andrew, I have done only chat giveaways before. So yes, absolutely, we'll do those. And we've done. I did a jersey giveaway. I did some preseason game tickets giveaway, as well as a couple T-shirt giveaways, just for the chat just for live streaming people. So we will certainly have those. David Drummond, someone's being lazy and not naming their burners. Apparently so. But again, like I say, I will put it out there, and if we don't get anything back for 1 week, then I'll do it again. So Friday in 1 week, come hang back out. If it doesn't get given away, you'll see it. If it's not given away, it'll still be right there. And eventually, we'll give it away to somebody. And yes, we do have other ticket giveaways that we do as well. So stay tuned for that. Justin, appreciate the 5-bomb, bro. Said, hot take, the Commanders finished ahead of the Cowboys in the NFC East this year. They got a lot of good free agents and an all right OC and DC. Okay. I mean, I could see it. They're going to have Jaden Daniels play well, obviously. But there's definitely potential there. Oh, Frank, you didn't put Shady on that video. Oh, bro, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, apparently this one may be a burner account, so you'll get a chance whenever we do the live stream, because then it'll be just like for anybody present there if it does not get claimed. But yeah, Justin, I'm with you. I don't think it's the favorites to finish second would be the Cowboys, sure, but it's not impossible for the Commanders. I think they do have a good squad. I think they got some potential good playmakers. Just really comes down to quarterback play. So if he can stay healthy, be on that side. Jason Blessing, I'll sell my neon light I got from Josh for $1K and not a penny less. My gosh. Frank, you don't have to enter for the shady one because, again, if this does not get given away, I'm not going to draw it again because I don't want to be in the same place of like, oh, we're going to just keep drawing until it could take forever. So I'll just ask anyone on the chat. I'll just be like, hey, here's a question, or here's I don't know, might be trivia, might be just, I don't know. We'll figure something out, but it'll be just anybody on the stream. So you don't have to comment anything at this point. Do work, son. My college team is Baylor. Baylor Bears. There you go. Andrew, Josh, what matchup are you excited for next week? AJ versus Alexander. I'm sure your wife is talking trash. Yeah, she's not too much, that's cool. I don't know. It's a little bit quieter, I suppose, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup. That'd be good. I think I'm interested in. I'm really interested. Maybe this is like holistically, but seeing our D line versus the Packers O line, and is it enough to put pressure on Jordan Love? Is it enough to? I mean, hopefully get sacks, yes, but like pressure and make him make mistakes, because I'm not expecting crazy numbers, but I also don't want to see like, wow, okay, there Jordan Love just went and torched us for 80% completion and had his way with the defense and no concerns there. So again, maybe that's more of like a bigger phase of the game, but I mean, I want to see something where you're like, okay, yeah, there's some promise there. We can get to the quarterback a little bit. We can force him to hold on to the ball a little bit more than maybe he wants to. Secondary combined with the pass rush. Make sure that can still happen. But yeah, AJ versus Alexander, I don't mind that. That's a good one. Yes, asking about who won it. It was probably, I don't know. It maybe is a burner. It's user MW whatever. So who knows? But it's not a lot of people here on this chat. But again, as I said, if they do not claim it in a week, I will give it away. Weedosaurus not believing in Thomas's fantasy football team. I don't mind that personally, but Cheesesteak already going to try to answer for the trivia question. There you go. Andrew saying make sure you hit like. Yes. Let's see. Anish, absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe. We need to make sure on that one. Let's see. Noah, that's a fair question. How do I get all this Eagles stuff? Combo. For one, I think I've shared this before. Shout out to the official sponsor of the Philly Special Show, Underdog Fantasy. So if you're not already, make sure to sign up with Underdog using my code Philly Special. So they are a big part of getting Eagles stuff. Also, I've gotten a decent amount of things sent from different fans of the channel. So I appreciate you guys. I mean, for real, like shipping stuff. I've got the link down in there, the description, which obviously people have found because, randomly I'll get stuff shipped and it's like, hey, here you go. Love the channel. Love to support. So give that stuff away. Also, just directly from team experiences. So going to the Smitty softball game, got, different stuff to give away. Interview with BG, got a couple signed jerseys whenever Thomas and I did that. So that was pretty cool. And, obviously for the Isaiah Rodgers helmet, that was from himself, including the jersey. So it's kind of a combo of different stuff. And then every once in a while, I'll buy something and just figure like, all right, let's give it away to the squad. But my goal, again, as I've said before, for the channel, my goal is to build this community as much as possible. And apparently I got some hate from probably a troll, but I got some hate from someone saying like, oh, bro, we don't want your giveaways. We don't want this stuff. We just want good quality content. But my goal is to do both. And if I can't, make someone's moment or, I don't know, like gift some different Eagles memorabilia, then like, what am I doing? So I've been incredibly blessed. I'm just trying to give it back to everybody as much as I can. If I could do 100 giveaways every Friday night, I absolutely would. So I'm trying to push the limits as much as possible. And you guys make that possible. So, I mean, again, I can't say thank you enough, but the fact that it's at 72,000 subscribers and growing is just insane. But the bigger this thing gets, the hope is, the goal is, the more giveaways, the more stuff to make moments and, give game tickets away, which will be this year, certainly for members. So appreciate you guys. Kramer said, yep, I gave that guy a fist. Or the knuckles, as someone would say, but maybe a not a friendly one. I appreciate that. Ace Flame says, we love the giveaways. They're just haters. Yep. Chris, we need two more. We're only two away from starting the draft on Underdog. If you're wanting to get in or you're watching this thing back, there's only two more. Troy, yes, got to do something big for 100K. Okay, if you guys want to share with any of your friends, your family, even random people that you don't know, and you're like, hey, go subscribe to this bro's channel, that'd help out a lot. Yeah, because I do want to get to 100,000. I'm not going to lie. I think that would be pretty cool. Get the YouTube plaque. And we will absolutely do something big for 100K. It'll depend on where it's at. I'll say that. But I'm just saying, if we were to hit 100K sometime close to the playoffs, we might do something big with some playoff tickets or something like that. So I do appreciate you guys too. Again, just for all the support. I'm seeing that. You guys are awesome. Noah, that's pretty hilarious. I didn't think about that one. Maybe it was. Maybe it's Chip Kelly. It was very close to the Shady video. So maybe he saw that and he's like, oh, this guy's giving Shady some praise. Like, nah, I'm hating that one. Ryan, I do giveaways more than anybody else. Well, I don't know. Ultimately, for me, it's just if and when I have the means and working with the sponsors as much as possible too. Sometimes it's straight out of pocket. Sometimes it's coming from the sponsors, but as much as I can. Frank from Philly, bro. I know you're advertising for me. That I do appreciate that. Heck yeah. Low-key, got your oldest son to sub. Okay. There you go. For real, I know that y'all are. I just, like I say, that's I guess the ultimate first goal for the channel is get to that 100K. Probably do like a 100K stream. I've seen some people do that before, so that'll be pretty sweet. Let's see. I think I missed a question earlier. Did I miss that one? I'll probably go for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to jump off. So any last questions, anything else? Let's see. Bros. Yeah, bros. Always wanted to know how you became an Eagles fan. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tracy, and the burner accounts do need to do their part. If they're going to try to steal giveaways, at least make sure to subscribe, which I will check and see. That's the first one. Make sure that they're a subscriber, and then see if it's legit. But Frank from Philly, if you do get a window for your car, oh my gosh. Okay, now we're spreading things that are not necessarily as accurate. We got cheesesteak saying I'm going to give away a new car. We'll see about that one. And Justin Smart saying one winner will get a visit at home from Hertz. If I had the means to do that, yeah, that'd be cool. But was it Bro Z Smacks? Okay, I didn't know how to say that one. So there was only the one capitalization. So gotcha. But yes, as far as JC, best I could do is air freshener. As far as how I became an Eagles fan, I think I've answered it a couple times, but I don't mind again. So, born and raised in Dallas, and family are Cowboys fans. Watched all the had all the local channels. That's all we got was mostly Cowboys games, and heard about the Cowboys being this great team. I'm about to be 32, so I don't really remember any of that, but I had heard about them being fantastic. So, Kramer, appreciate it, man. I'm just seeing you, but have a great Labor Day weekend. And so, I was like, well, why am I supporting this team? And then ultimately it ended up becoming, let's see, I guess the pickle juice game was the official change, but I had already been kind of, like having questions. I'm like, I don't know if I need to be a Cowboys fan and everything, because they had been doing that for forever. But then finally, pickle juice game, I was like, man, this team's just, they're studs. Like, why? I don't have to, just because the family's Cowboys fans. So ultimately made the jump, and then forever after that, it's like, all right, well, I'm an Eagles fan. So, you play with them on Madden, you watch them all the time. They killed Dallas basically all the time. So, but yeah, just sticking with it. All right, let's see. Let me get to some of these others. Cheesesteak, a new car sticker then. Yeah, there you go. Custom truck grill. You can say subscribe to the Philly Special Show. Alex Cruz, what's up, man? Just getting out of work. Hopefully it's all good. Hopefully this is the start of your weekend. That's the main hope. Master drumming, do I think I'll get a press pass soon? I don't think so. It'd be cool. It'd be awesome to do the post game, but probably not. I would imagine we weren't able to get them for training camp, so I doubt during the games. They have understandably a limited number, but yeah, that's what I would imagine anyway. So. David Drummond, have a subscriber number goal for considering going full-time on the channel? I don't know. That's a good question too. I mean, yeah, like full-blown. I mean, 100K is not bad. I don't know. You get a little check mark next to the channel, get the plaque like I mentioned. So, I mean, there's some like other odds and ends type stuff, but this is definitely the bulk of my time. I will say that. But yeah, like to full-blown. Absolutely everything. Maybe 100K. Hopefully it leads to that. Andrew, who's my player of the game next week? Yours is Saquon. It's a pretty good one, actually. Pretty good pick. Player of the game. It might be... It's kind of an easy cop-out, maybe, but if I were to say Jalen Hurts, like QB gets it a lot, but I am hopeful for him, especially within Kellen Moore's offense. So if you're going to say Saquon, then I'll just say Jalen Hurts. Everleva? Anyone excited for Tristan Collin? Plays better than JB? I honestly probably had him ahead of JB as far as, roster-wise. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm excited to see him if he ends up playing. Spaced Eagle Troop. You see Saquon scoring the first touchdown. Okay, see that. Brian, yeah. Part of that is true. I did want to troll the family, so respect for that. Heck yeah, y'all are the best. I appreciate that. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Got to jump out of here. But appreciate you guys as always. Again, congrats to most likely the bot. I will keep you all posted about the giveaway. So stay tuned as always. If they don't claim it, we'll give it away. In a week, you'll get the Shady helmet, and we'll do it to just people on the live stream chat. Live giveaway, live people, not post recording or anything like that. So it'll be just for you guys. And there you go. But more videos to come. Probably another one, who knows, dropping out tomorrow. So stay tuned as well. And next week, man, we're literally, we're less than a week away from the first Eagles game, which is just unbelievable. So y'all are the best. Y'all know that. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a great Labor Day weekend. College football tomorrow. Heck yeah. And, till next time. Y'all know what it is. Go Birds.